disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partner, Angel Diaz. You all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
And Joe Hartley. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
I thought Angel was about to fall out the chair. That's why I looked up and like, oh shit, he about to take a fall.
No,
you know what? It's been a couple of weeks. He forgot how to do this stuff.
Hey, listen, let me let you. Honestly, this is my quarter, and I know I got a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh shit, let me get this out the way.
Oh, okay.
In case it just gets posted up. I don't want someone to see my luggage, got all my information on it. Craziness.
You do know Trav hasn't posted us like in a while, like so nobody was gonna see your shit anyway, right?
You know what, man? Honestly, like we don't. This is gonna be the one, man. Like I told you.
Listen. Do not get me started. Do not get me started.
All right, let me finish the intro. My bad. Okay, if this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. That's right, main gang.
Yeah.
On Mondays, you got Raw with Mimi and Lup. Tuesday is CTE with Chris, Los, and Travis. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, Mike, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
Y'all listen to anything entertaining lately?
Oh, listen, I'm just saying it right now. Don't step this way. Do not step this way.
Don't start now, won't be nothing.
Yeah. West Side.
That's right. Throw out the dubs. There we go.
I love it.
All right. So man, this has been crazy.
For all of the people out there, I want to let you know they tortured me with this damn movie. You tortured me with this damn movie, man.
Hey, you know what? Okay, so this is why I picked. Okay, so you selected Snake Eyes, and
yes, sir.
I'm not going into the movie theaters just yet.
I'm not ready. That is part of the experience, bro. Come on, man.
Yo, hold on. Wait, first off, when we do these movie reviews, I don't watch a movie one time. I try and watch it multiple times. There's no way I was going to go spend $8 3 or 4 times watching Snake Eyes so I can get my notes or whatever. Right?
No, man, you just go to the bathroom and you walk right in after they clean it. It's all right.
Man, I'm not doing that. Look, I don't want to be in a room with a bunch of strangers with, recycled air and recycled viruses. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. I would have to come in there. I have to go into a movie theater with a seat cover. I got to go in there with a hazmat suit. I'm not fucking around with COVID. I don't
some Lysol.
Yes. I'm done with you. Listen, this is where
bucket, soapy water.
You gotta go in there with a pen and paper and just take some notes. That's all you gotta do. Pen and paper.
Man, the lights are gonna be off. How am I gonna write notes? So me and Joe were like, okay, we're not doing it. We can't watch Snake Eyes. I am going to watch Snake Eyes. We're gonna save Snake Eyes for next month because I heard it's gonna be on HBO Max next month.
Well, then if that happens, we gotta do the new Marvel movie. Shang-Chi.
Yeah. We'll do both of those.
But I got you. Go ahead though.
Yeah. So we had to do an Audible real quick and find another movie. Now, my the other podcast I do, the IDGAF Unfiltered podcast, I was talking about War with my other co-host Dwight, and he said that he liked this movie more than War.
He said that?
Yeah, he did. He said that on the show. So I was like,
you know what? I caught that when I listened to the show, and that's why I was like, oh, now I know, because I was curious of how you picked Hero.
Yeah,
and then when I heard that, I said, oh, Dwight got you.
Yeah, so he said that shit.
Just an honest question. Just an honest question. Dwight, does Dwight wear glasses?
No.
Does he? Okay, so he don't even know what he really watched. So he
no. He likes this movie better than War. I don't agree. I definitely don't agree. I had to watch this movie 3 times in order to even understand it. Because the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" We're talking about the movie Hero, another Jet Li movie. But by the third time that I saw it, I was like, "Okay, it's all right. I it's watchable if you want to watch subtitles or read subtitles."
The fact that you said it's watchable, come on, man. Like,
yeah, it's definitely it's I had to watch it 3 times. Like I said, the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is some bullshit." I was pissed. The second time I understood it a little bit better. I said, "Let me watch it one more time," and I understood things a little bit better. Now, the problem with this movie though is it's like some of these other movies. Like, there's not a whole lot to talk about.
Don't talk.
It's
even in his own language, you don't even want to talk.
Listen, I know. Okay, I get what you guys are saying. I really do. But all it is, it's a story within a story. That's the issue. And then when you add the subtitles, and then on top of everything, the director obviously was trying to make an artistic statement. So all that together, I can see where it's one of those that's rough to follow.
If I story within a story, I'll go watch Rumpelstiltskin. I don't want to. No, I don't want to sit here and watch. My problem with this even more was like the fact that like we always talk about how like Jet Li in American movies he only gives like a sentence, a phrase, a word. He did the same thing and he was speaking Chinese. It was like I expected more. Like,
he said it with his fighting.
Don't start with that shit. Come on, man. Like, why? Come on, man.
What was wrong with the martial arts in this movie? They had good martial arts.
No, wait a minute now, Joe. Wait a minute, Joe.
I like the fight scenes. I don't care.
That should be a T-shirt right there. That is a T-shirt.
And you know what?
Scenes, I don't care.
Still better than Mortal Kombat. Bam.
Oh no!
I said it.
No.
What?
No.
Joe.
Better than Mortal Kombat.
Joe, come on, man. You're letting me down here.
No.
Listen. No. In all seriousness, the fight scenes. This movie lost me in the first fight scene. I was done.
Why?
I was like, I'm not watching.
Wait.
Then we spent 10 minutes watching a guy paint.
It's the artistic value.
No, Joe.
That's the artistic value.
What killed me is I didn't like. There was not a need for the special effects when it came to the fight scene. That's what I didn't like. Like there was one time, man, when 2 of the women were fighting. One woman floated up in the air and just floated away while the other girl chased her floating. I was like, now this is ridiculous. I don't like this floating stuff.
Have you guys never watched an old kung fu movie?
I told you, man, that type of stuff took me out of those movies. Like that.
I like those movies. Yeah, I like that stuff.
You know what? You know where I like this? You know where I wouldn't have mind this? If this was Dragon Ball Z, if this was a live action Dragon Ball Z, of course those characters float up in the air and fly around this and another. I wasn't expecting these women to fly around like this.
Let me tell you how bad this was. I'm not even making this up. Let me tell you how bad this movie was. I went back just now. I went back to my Prime, and it suggested Double Dragon. That's like I'm no bullshit. On my Prime, it suggested Double Dragon for free. That's how messed up this movie is.
I think we got 3 different opinions on this movie because obviously Angel hates this movie.
Bro, I'm never watching this ever again.
I mean, to me, the movie was all right. And Joe loves it. So we got 3 different opinions on this movie. So let's just jump into it. So this is Hero.
It took a week for me to finish this.
Supposedly, this is based on a true story. And I didn't know that until the very, very end. Supposedly. You don't believe that, Angel?
Yeah, whatever, man. Okay. So is Hansel and Gretel. Like, come on, man. Like, don't. Yo, I told you guys.
What's up with you and nursery rhymes? What's up with you and nursery rhymes tonight? I mean,
he's a teacher.
No. He's been babysitting his nephew, so he's been reading nursery rhymes. Because first it was Rapunzel, and now it's Hansel and Gretel.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. I told you guys for the viewers. I have a lot of rants on this movie, and it's not like the fight scenes when the first fight scene, the man stood on a table sideways and held himself, like just held himself. It made no sense. And then the other guy who was playing the guitar on the floor, he did it so hard he snapped all the strings. I was like, what? What does this even mean? Craziness. But go
You
ahead.
need to watch some more kung fu movies. This is a kung fu style movie.
I would much rather watch I would much rather watch 5 Venoms. I would much rather watch the 5 Deadly Venoms than this. This was oh man, It Man. We could have did It Man. It Man probably would have been better.
We already did it. Well, me and Mike already did It Man.
Well, we could have did it again.
We didn't do part 2.
No, you could do the second and third and fourth, and they're not subtitled.
I didn't mind
Ip
Man. That was Mike who threw. Mike literally threw when we were getting ready to do Ip Man 2 or 1. No, I think it was the first one, and he threw a red flag. It was the first one. He threw the red flag when I was writing notes. Like I was finishing the notes, and he was like, "I can't do it. I can't finish it." But anyway, back to this movie. Back to Hero. So basically, this is basically how China came to be. Basically. Is that right, Joe? That's basically what this movie is saying. Like back in the year,
more or less,
back in the year 200 or whatever, and this land was separate. Stop it, Adrian. Come on, man. Come on, Bugs. So the land was separate into all of these different factions, and I guess this guy, the emperor of the how do you say it? Is it Kin or Quinn or how do you pronounce? Do you know, Joe? Because I mean, obviously we were reading it. We couldn't hear what they were saying.
They're calling him the prime minister, and it's Yao Qian.
Okay, Ken. Yeah. Okay, let's call it Ken. So he was the leader. Okay, and that had to have been a horrible life because he said that he wasn't getting any sleep because someone is always trying to assassinate him. I wouldn't want to go through life like that.
No, nobody should.
No.
At that point, I'll just let it happen.
you just give up, huh?
If I can't, bro, like I love sleep. If I can't go to sleep every night because my guard might stab me, bro, just do it. Just do it in front of me. Don't do it behind me.
He was in a kingdom surrounded by guards, and he had these 3 top assassins that were blowing through his guards. I'd be worried about his guards.
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy because there were thousands and thousands of guards. And Broken Sword, and what was the other one name?
Broken Sword, Flying Snow, Moon.
Snow. So
like Avatar.
Broken Sword and Snow. They were able to, at one point in this movie, they were able to get past all of these thousands of guards and make it all the way to the castle. And
I've never seen so many people. I've never seen someone live from taking so many arrows. It was ridiculous. Never seen that. Never seen like maybe 10,000 arrows that were shot at them and not one hit them. It was great. Oh man, I wish I had that. Oh, don't even get me. Like,
okay, so the movie starts where Jet Li's character, his name is nameless.
Nameless.
He doesn't have a name because he was an orphan, and he was raised in Ken in this area, and supposedly he took out 3 of the assassins who were trying to kill the emperor. Right, Joe? That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, he took out the 3 assassins, and he brought his proof.
Yeah.
And each time he's able to prove how he took out an assassin, he gets closer to the prime minister / emperor.
Right. And so his proof was the weapons of his of those assassins, which to me, like that shouldn't have been the proof. Like
no. There was more proof.
Like the way he should have
because
the way
he
did
had
it in war.
No, but he also 2 out of the 3 he took care of in front of some of the guards. That was so he had to hit them, kill them non-vitally because they had to survive it. Well, they were trying to survive it.
Well, we didn't know that at first. We thought we thought that he actually killed these assassins at first. So he's talking to the emperor and he's telling the story of what happened with these 3 assassins. The first one was Sky. I don't understand, like, why did these people have these type of names? Like, how come they just didn't have, like, regular, Chinese names like Sky, Broken Sword, Snow?
Because
well, these are your assassin or your kung fu names.
Because it's an artistic movie and we need to show how everything flows together. That's why.
Listen, bro.
Listen.
I have to respect the art. My wife is an art teacher. Art is all around me. I have to respect that.
I agree with you. The names I didn't have a problem with. I was fine with the names. It was once he flew 30 feet in the air without ever touching the floor. That's when you guys lost me. That's when I was like, I'm not doing this. That's when I was lost.
So we see Sky fighting at the beginning of the movie because Nameless has to tell the Emperor the stories of how he defeated him because I don't think the Emperor really believed him at first.
Yeah, it looked like
or later on either. But anyway, so he starts off and he tells the story of what happened. And we see Sky fighting and he's beating up a couple of guys, and then Nameless shows up and they end up having a fight. And then, of course, Nameless wins. Go ahead, Angel.
Question: those people he fought at first, were they the guards or no?
I have no idea who those people were. I have no idea who they were.
I thought they were guards, and then I thought Nameless was like the backup in case they couldn't get the job done.
I thought that was just his training partners. Honestly,
that's what they made it out to be because it looked like, yeah, he was kind of like, who's next? Who's gonna take? And then that's when Nameless like, I'll take you on because he was like one more.
But then how come they didn't just jump Nameless and help him?
Because they were probably afraid.
Afraid? It's the 4-on-1.
They don't care. He was taking out 1,000 people. Why would 4-on-1 be anything?
Right. So him and Sky ends up fighting, and he ends up winning. He ends up killing, quote unquote, killing Sky. That's pretty much what happened, right? Like I said, I'm not about to go into describing the fight scenes. Joe, if you want to do that, you can do that. But I like most of the fighting scenes. It was just the special effects that they did with the fighting scenes that I didn't like. Like when he jumps up in the air and he has the sword out and he's flying towards him. Like I don't know, man. Like I did not. Like I said before, plenty of times on this podcast, I did not grow up watching these kung fu movies. So this type of stuff kind of takes me out of the movie.
I'll say this. I like the fighting scenes when they're on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't mind those. Yeah, I didn't mind those.
Like they had some good spin back kicks. I thought were like solid spin back kicks. Like I like those. That was cool. It was like how you said, Gene. Once they went up in the air, once he started holding himself on the side of a table sideways with nothing else, and then once Nameless pushed off a wall and like went through like the air with that little flying sword type deal. He did it to everybody.
They're in the Matrix, okay? It's all right.
So what was the deal? What was the deal with the old man playing the instrument?
Bro,
that's more old school kung fu stuff.
Okay. Look at you smiling over there. Come on, man.
That's just most kung fu movies, they like to incorporate some kind of music. Especially that whatever that actual guitar that you lay across your and it's always some old blind man with a long beard. I don't know.
Yes, that exactly
what it sounds messed up, but it's true. It's so stereotypical, but
it really is. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Now let me ask you a question. When they both closed their eyes for it seemed like 30 hours and they were going through whatever in their head, did they think that's what was gonna happen? Or like what was going on there?
They were imagining the fight and listening to the music. They were taking it all in.
Oh, dude, it was raining. Oh, man, don't even start, man. Oh, God.
And the old man was getting ready to leave. He
was done.
He was done for the day. He was going home,
But I'll tell you what,
they wanted him to stop and play music while they fought.
Once they threw that money or little chain link from whatever it was, once they threw some silver in there, that man got sat right back down quick. Through that,
he did.
I'm gonna tell you what though, it got me mad because I watched 10 minutes just for him to break the strings, and then they started fighting. That's why I got upset. I was like, "Yo, like, what's happening here?" I gave it an honest effort. I tried.
So then, the next fight. So the Emperor listens to that story of how Nameless beat Sky. The next story he tells is of him fighting Broken Sword, right? Broken Sword, right?
Yeah, Broken Sword.
Broken Sword in Snow.
That was the dude who was painting? The red guy?
Yes. Well, he was
no,
doing calligraphy.
Not painting, calligraphy.
Stop it.
That's
The
exactly what it was.
Chinese. Wait.
That's exactly
you
what
gotta
it
go
is.
and look into Chinese history. Chinese history, they go back to sword fighting and calligraphy as the same art. So they consider calligraphy training for the way they use a sword. They can
They
pick
said
up
that in this
the
movie
way
too. They
that
said
you
in the
fight.
movie.
They can pick up the way that you fight with a sword by the way you do calligraphy. Again, if there's a correlation to it, I don't know. I don't do calligraphy, but you can't
I'm asking you why.
You can't just discount. I don't know why. That's a belief for them. That's their belief. Do some calligraphy and find out. I don't know.
So when he was doing it in the sand, that was him practicing?
Yes.
And then when he did it with the red paint, that was him actually.
No, that's still the same thing. Him practicing. His practicing his
No,
sword.
that was not his practice. The red paint was what he had asked him for. He had paid him for that because he was looking to use that to understand his technique and how to beat him.
Yeah,
but he did that as like.
But that's still, but all of that is still part of his sword training, though. Like,
yes, but I'm saying so he's saying, "Hey, I'm going to pay you, and this is what I want. I want this character." And then he wants to see he's using it because the way they see it is there's 150 ways to do the one character, right? So like if you think about the way you do a J, and maybe I do a J differently, and you do a J differently, or something like that. That's how they're looking at their calligraphy. So he's looking to look at that character that he picked and say, "Oh, like now I know how you fight with a sword." And then
so if your brush stroke was like too strong or too hard or whatever, I mean like you could be wild with your sword.
That's the way he was looking at it. Man, but then that's whatever he had him write, the character came into play at the end. Because it was also a message to the Emperor.
Okay. So
did everyone get that? All our viewers, did you guys get that? Because that was a lot right there. It took for me to get to this conversation to understand that part of the movie. Just that way the viewers know.
That's why I'm here.
So now this time Nameless decides that he's going to go train with them, right? He wants to go train with them so he can learn this skill. He goes to them, but what did he tell them? Why did he tell them he was there?
To learn the art of calligraphy, to learn.
Okay, he didn't say the sword part. He didn't say he was. I can't remember it. Like he didn't say like.
No, he had nothing to do. I mean, he was there to learn from the master.
Yeah, because it's like a school, and we see all of these different people practicing calligraphy.
I wonder if that's a real thing. That's interesting.
It might be.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, it might be because it's weird.
So, it was
this whole thing is weird. Like,
100%.
Weird idea to me. So like, why would somebody do this shit? Like, I don't know. So
you know what? When you looked at it, it was like an old Russian bathhouse. You had I mean that's kind of like the vibe I got from it because it's like you had a room full of people, and then like the ones that were doing the calligraphy, and then you had like women sliding the thing over to erase it for them and start over.
Yeah.
Like why can't you just erase your own stuff?
Yeah,
it was interesting.
He had it made,
I guess.
So he goes and I guess Broken Sword is going to allow him to. Is Broken Sword, is he the master of this temple that he was at, or because there was an older guy there?
Yeah, and the older gentleman I believe was the master.
Okay, so I was wondering about that because Nameless ends up going and talking to Broken Sword, and he asked him for some red paint or something, right?
Well, the character that he wanted had to be in red ink.
Okay.
And the only person they could get the red ink from was that Flying Snow or Moon?
Well, Moon was the slave girl or something. I don't know what she was because she kept calling Broken Sword master. So I don't know. Then
it was Flying Snow had the red ink they had.
Yeah, and so Moon goes to her and asks for this red ink, and she throws a glass of water in her face. And they never even explained the animosity between those two.
Yeah, that was kind of rude.
In this
She
story,
thought
right?
she was coming up on her man.
You know what, man? Like, honestly, I couldn't tell who was coming up on who in this movie. I don't know. Like, to me, I thought since it was Moon, I thought the sun was gonna come out of somewhere, and it ended up never coming out. I just listen. This, like you guys just saying all that, it's blowing my mind because that whole time I'm watching him, I'm over there thinking like, oh, maybe he's deaf, maybe he's blind, maybe he could just feel something. I was so lost. Like, this is craziness.
So the Emperor really didn't understand like how Nameless was able to defeat Snow and Broken Sword, and then he told him that what did he say, Joe? He said that he used
he pitted them against each other.
Yeah, because Snow was really messing around with Sky, and Broken Sword
he created a rift between the two lovers. See, now this is the part where I actually don't like. I don't think there was necessary for a love story. I'm one of those people. I don't mind a good love story if that's like what the movie's about, but I feel like there's movies where people try to force a love story, and I felt it was unnecessary. And I feel like they started focusing more on the quote unquote love story than they did the actual movie, but that's just me. So he created a rift between Flying Snow and Broken Sword, so they would basically almost take each other out, and then he could take the other one out.
Be one of them, right? Now, before that happens, the Emperor's army shows up, and they're outside of this Caligari temple, and they shoot all of these thousands and thousands of arrows.
That was bullshit, bro. I'm sorry, that was such bullshit.
You are correct in my opinion, because that was.
I swear to God, I thought they were dancing at some point.
Because Broken Sword kept doing the calligraphy. The old man pretty much told everybody to sit the fuck down and keep writing, doing your calligraphy.
He said, let's test out our skill for real. Basically, like, this is what we've been working towards. Yes, that was dumb.
All of these arrows are coming inside the temple. And meanwhile, Nameless and Snow are on top of the temple.
Just dancing.
Kicking and punching and blocking and breaking up these arrows.
I still like that part. I don't care.
I did not like that. It was.
I thought that was cool.
That was so stupid. Like literally,
you gotta put yourself into that kung fu. Like those are the kung fu movies, man. They always do stupid stuff.
Joe, I swear, Joe, I love you, man. You have such a good spirit.
I'm a kid at heart, man. Make me a X-Men, make me a He-Man, something. I don't care.
Joe, they shot all these arrows and did not kill not one person. This was millions of arrows that came.
We all need to be practicing our calligraphy, apparently. Damn.
Joe, at one point, the camera panned down and you saw the wall with just arrows stuck to it.
Yeah. My thing was, okay, Hero should have did this at the end of the movie. Like for real, honestly, he should have did this at the end of the damn movie. Anyway.
You know what's funny? I'm thinking about this. I think I saw this in theaters when it came out.
You read this?
I think I saw this in theaters when it came out.
But I'm saying you read it. You went and it was it?
Oh yeah, I've seen lots of movies in theaters like that.
Wow,
bro, I watch anime. When you watch anime, if you want to see the stuff right away, because everything in anime comes out in Japan first, and then it doesn't come dubbed to the U.S. for almost a year, if not longer.
Right.
So
right.
I'm used to reading subtitles.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm not saying it makes it right, but I'm just saying
I got you.
I've watched a Jet Li movie in the movie theaters, and I thought it was English. And when I started seeing subtitles, I walked out.
What movie was it?
Maybe it was Fearless.
That's the best one.
Bro,
I don't care what you say. That's a good movie.
It
is. I don't care what you say. I don't care.
We're about to get into this, dude. This is crazy.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of the best Jet Li movies out there.
Okay, so then Nameless pretty much tells Broken Sword that Snow was cheating on him with Sky. So then he
Like
goes.
such a bitch, bro. That's just like some high school bullshit. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, like that's like such a bitch move. Like what? Like who?
Yeah,
does
but
that?
this never happened, Angel. This is the story he's telling the Emperor so he can get closer to kill the Emperor.
Okay, but that's like me, Joe, saying that's like me. Here we go. That's like me telling all the viewers, "You're black." No, you're not.
Maybe I am.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I got a cousin the third 3 times removed, and I got 0.00025% African American. What now?
There we go. There we go.
Let me do a 23andMe test.
Just, if I say it and then someone goes up and says, "Man, I heard your podcast. I always thought you were black." It's gonna make me look. It's gonna make me look like a bitch. It's gonna make me look like, damn, you're just making it up for no reason. Regardless,
But we're not trying to assassinate someone important, so it's okay.
Anyway, we gonna get back to this damn movie. So he does tell Broken Sword what happened, and he also tells so he does that in front of Snow, right? And then Broken Sword is heartbroken, and he grabs his little slave woman, and he has sex with her.
Mm.
And
she was so happy, and he was just that was dirty.
Yeah,
he was like, eh.
And he was done with her, told her to go away. After he was done with her, so he said to go away.
It's because you know why? He didn't have a blue light.
He had a red light. That's why everything around there was red in that temple.
He would have had a blue light. Would have been better.
So then Snow goes and she gets a sword, and then she comes back and she stabs Broken Sword in the back and pretty much kills him.
Do you see the art in that? Stabbed him in the back.
Oh man!
The backstabber.
Come on.
You like that?
Anyway, I'm moving on.
That was good. That was Joe just told me to embrace the art. That's the art.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Fuck that. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna move on right now. So that's when the moon, I don't really want to call her a slave girl, but whatever she was his assistant. She was his assistant. She gets upset by what happens, and then that's when her and Snow start to fight. And I did not like that. I didn't like that at all. That was too much special effects flying around and all of that stuff.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say so I saw this in theaters, and there was a 3D aspect to it, and I didn't watch it in 3D, but my father-in-law has a 3D theater in his room, in his house. So I watched it again there. Though that part and the arrow part in 3D was really, really cool.
Yeah, that seemed like okay. So if with that in mind, then that would be cool to see, but only in 3D.
Was that back when 3D had like the red goggle and the blue goggle, or was that like when it was like a normal 3D?
No, so my father-in-law still has the original setup where you actually have to pop the glasses. You have to turn them on.
Oh wow!
And charge them. Yeah, they have to be charged, and then they only work if you're facing the TV. And if you get away from the TV for more than 5 minutes, they turn off.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a nice. That's why I don't spend the extra money in the theaters, because my father-in-law will get the movie when it comes out in 3D.
It's probably more enjoyable watching it at home anyway.
100%. 100%.
I mean, I wouldn't have even sat in the movie theater if I saw a subtitle.
Yeah, we know. That's you. Go see Snake Eyes in theater.
Gladly for the experience. Okay? You guys must have forgot when Travis went and saw like Star Wars in the movie theater. He said himself, he just went for the experience. That's why you go.
But it wasn't.
No, he's
COVID.
not wrong.
It's not during COVID.
He's not
I have
wrong.
no problem going to the movie theater. I like going to the movie theaters. I just don't like going to movie theaters during COVID.
During COVID?
Yeah. I used to go to movies all the time.
You know they wipe and sanitize, right?
I don't believe that shit.
Bro,
I don't believe that shit.
No,
I don't.
Conspiracy shit.
No. There's no conspiracy. It's last year because I'm out in the stores every single day. I'm in all these different stores. And when COVID first hit last year, when you walked into a Meijer, a Target, Kroger, you could smell the cleaning supplies as soon as you walked in. You do not smell cleaning supplies anymore in any stores, at least in Michigan. In the stores that I go to, I do not smell that stuff.
Okay, but do you know who they hire at movie theaters? Because I got friends back
Teenagers.
in the day. Exactly.
Teenagers.
Okay, I walked around with these people. I know these people. Okay, they
not cleaning.
They don't care.
Yeah, they not cleaning.
They're getting minimum wage. They don't care.
Yeah,
they
that's
sweep, spray.
Yeah.
All right, have a nice day.
That's a good point. I'll give you that. That's a good point.
Okay, so then Snow ends up killing Moon, and she's done. And Nameless tells that story to the Emperor. Well, wait, let me go back. In that story, does he fight Snow in this part?
I don't think so, because each time he kills the assassin, he gets a little bit closer and is having tea with the
Right.
Emperor.
Right. Well, the Emperor tells them that he's full of shit and he doesn't believe him.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And he doesn't believe him because Snow and Broken Sword had beat up all of his guards and got into the castle. And I guess I can't remember how he put it, but he saw the affection pretty much that they had for one another. And I would have thought that he would have believed them because Broken Sword had the opportunity to kill the Emperor and he didn't do it. And Snow was upset about that.
But I think the Emperor used that to realize that maybe Nameless story was bullshit.
But I would have thought that I would have thought that I would have believed the story because then I would have been like, oh yeah, I did see them get upset with each other. Maybe Snow did go and sleep with Sky because she was mad at Broken Sword. So that was my thought that the Emperor should have thought.
Yeah, I feel you.
Go ahead.
So the Emperor then kind of gives like the way he thinks everything was going down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, he said that you obviously must have known them. They were friends with you or whatever, And then we start getting the real story. So everything we just talked about, ladies and gentlemen, was just make believe. It was just fiction. It never really happened. So
how do y'all feel now? How do you guys feel now after you heard that? Did that make you want to go watch this movie? Probably not. Just letting you know.
Anyway,
that's when I almost threw a fit. No joke. Like I saw that and I was like, "What a complete waste of fucking time."
Why? Why?
Well, the first time that I saw it, I was I don't know. I just wasn't my normal self. I was on another level. And that just kind of blew my mind. Yeah, exactly, Bugs, exactly. I was up there, so I was like, "What the fuck going on?" I don't know.
Listen, it got me mad because I was like, I barely understand the movie enough as it is. I'm having trouble just staying on the guided path, and then now you're gonna tell me, "Oh, never mind, take a left." Like I was already like, "Oh, nah, man, like this is bullshit. Like I don't want to watch this." So I finished it, but I was like, "This is so."
But you know what? The Emperor thought that Sky, Snow, and Broken Sword pretty much gave their life to Nameless, so he can get close to the Emperor. So he didn't know that they were still alive because obviously we find out that Nameless, he goes and he talks to them and he lets them know. So basically, this is what happens. Nameless was an orphan, but he was a member of the same area as Nameless. As Snow and Broken Sword, and I think they were called. Was it called Zao?
Yeah, Zao.
Zao. He was a member of them. His parents were killed by the Emperor's guards in an attack, and he became an orphan. And the people who saved him and kept him and raised him were people from Kin. So he goes to Broken Sword and Snow and Sky. He tells them his plan, and he is able to stick his sword inside of them without killing them. I don't care what nobody says. There's no way in hell I would trust anybody to stick me with a sword and say, "Don't worry, you're not going to die. Just pretend to die." That shit ain't happening with me. I don't know about
No,
you guys.
no, I'm right there with you.
No, I especially if I don't even understand what you're saying. Bullshit. Bullshit, bro. You could be saying that, and the next
But
thing you
that's
know,
how
in the back of
committed
your
they
mind-
are. That's how committed they are to the plan.
Right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Exile me. I'll be fine.
So Sky was with it. He agreed. So the fight. So this is my wonder. Well, I was wondering. So the fight that was described, I wondered, did it really happen like that? Everything that Nameless said earlier, did it really happen? But it was just staged, or did it not happen at all?
He probably had to make it look real.
They made it look real, but he just when he stabbed him, it was
No, I mean
shy of a
not just
vital
Sky, not
point.
just Sky, but I'm also talking about Broken Sword and Snow. Like how the Emperor would know if his guards went to attack the calligraphy temple.
No, you're right.
So that had
True.
to have happened. Otherwise, he would have knew right then and there. Like you're full of shit. Like
but they showed. She never stabbed him in the back in the house.
Yeah,
because remember they showed where they were mad at each other.
Right.
And then they actually got in a fight. Then they had a fight towards the end.
Right, because Snow was with Nameless's plan. She was for that plan because I believe her father was also killed by the Emperor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Broken Sword was not for this plan. He didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't want the Emperor assassinated at all. He had the chance to do it, and he didn't do it 3 years ago.
Yes.
Some reason he changed his mind. I'm still a little lost on why he changed his mind.
Like, the way I understood it was he was looking for peace. So he wanted to, instead of kill the Emperor, he wanted to change his mind because he was thinking if everything ends in bloodshed, then bloodshed only begets more bloodshed. So if you kill the Emperor, the next Emperor is going to be looking to kill you, and then you're going to want to kill, and it's just going to be my revenge, your revenge, my revenge, your revenge. And so he's looking for peace. And that's what he's trying to get everyone else to understand, and eventually stuff like that. But Snow, she's too hell-bent on revenge, and she's mad at him for it.
Yeah. So, I mean, but because why? Like, I don't blame her because, number one, my dad died because of this guy, number one. Number two, why did we storm the temple just for you to change your mind? We could have been killed. So I definitely would have been pissed at him too. I probably would have took the sword myself and cut his head off. I'm talking about Broken Sword if I was Snow.
No, she has every right to be angry. And she'll never see it his way because she's not coming from his point of view. There's just no way.
Right.
And even Nameless can't understand his point of view until later on in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So he goes and he meets with Snow and Broken Sword. He tells them what he wants to do, and he demonstrates how he's going to do it. I didn't really like how he did that. Like, he jumped up in the air, flew around the room, and what was that? He broke their shelves. He cut their shelves down, or something. He's
basically showing how fast he is. He's faster than everybody.
Right.
So that's how that's his plan. His plan is he's super fast. All he has to do is get close enough.
10 paces, right? He just need to be 10 paces, right?
Yep, and he's done. It's over with.
Yeah. So Snow loved the idea. She agreed to let him, stab her with his sword, and she was going to pretend to die. She was with that plan. But Broken Sword wasn't. He wasn't with it. Anything else? You guys got anything else?
Yo, imagine when you plan to like fake your death, you flinch and you move like 1 inch to the right, and he ends up stabbing your carotid artery, and you're done. That's why I would never trust him. What if he has a shaky hand? What if he has Alzheimer's? I don't know. See?
You know what? They're okay, because they're all willing to die for the cause at one point.
Yeah.
Like, remember, I told you,
not that they want to die. Not that they want to die, but they're all willing to die for the cause.
Remember, like I told you guys in Street Fighter, once they give that contract saying it's over, we don't need to go attack them, and Jean-Claude Van Damme said, we need to save our people. Let's go anyways. I'll be the one to go. I'm on comms. I got you guys. Don't even worry. I got y'all. I'll stay back. I'll write the letters to the people that died. I got you. Don't even worry. Told you.
Someone's got to do it.
No.
So this is the part that got a little bit confusing to me now, because now I see a couple of fights with Snow and Broken Sword. There was a few different fights. I didn't, because there was one they were wearing blue and they were like fighting in front of the guards, but then they fight again later on and they're inside of a temple. And I don't remember why
the second fight. So the second fight was because she was mad at him for approaching Nameless and basically trying to sway him to his way, to understand that there needs to be peace, not war, that they don't need to kill the Emperor. So she got mad at him. They had words that way. And basically he's like, you know what? If I can't get you to see it my way, then kill me. Right. And she was basically, yeah. So she basically took him up on that. And I think he had trouble with that because he thought, you know what, if you can't at least just listen to my words and you just want to kill me, like, go ahead and, you know, I thought our love was stronger than that. And
then Moon decided to fight Nameless also.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like they were just trying to put fight scenes in the movie just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not. I mean, you're not wrong there. But her idea, she's so into whatever. She's in love with the master. Mm-hmm. You know, she understands his heart belongs to the other woman, but all his ideals are her ideals. So she's gonna fight him to fight for her master.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Dumb, but yes, it's just an extra fight scene.
So then Nameless ends up getting close enough to the master, the Emperor. Well, you know what? We do get a scene where we see what happened 3 years ago, and the temple is a little bit different. There were more things in there. They were like drapes were in the temple, and we hear the Emperor say that he got rid of everything in the temple after this fight because he didn't. I guess he needed to have all of his vision to make sure that nobody was going to sneak in like these two did. So did that not take you out of it when we see this scene and we see them break in or get in? The fact that they fought these thousands of soldiers, that didn't take you out of the movie, Joe? No. Like I was wondering, like, how did these two, like, they didn't have anybody else. There was none of the other calligraphy students. It was just them, Broken Sword and Snow. They got into the Emperor's temple and fought all these people. Like, it was one point in time, Broken Sword was fighting the Emperor and Snow was fighting everybody else.
Okay, but you got two of the best assassins, right? Mm-hmm. Against a bunch of McDojo black belts.
But these people, if they're protecting the Emperor, they should have been the best of the best.
That, you know what? When the Emperor is killing everybody and sending people off, you know what? You're not getting the best of the best because everyone's dying for the Emperor.
Yeah.
So you're just getting the bottom of the barrel, and that's not going to cut it against the best.
Now, Nameless brought the Emperor something. He brought him that painting that Angel talked about earlier. What was the excuse that he gave the Emperor? Why he gave that to him?
Well, Broken Sword, that was kind of like his last wish because of what the character actually said.
But he told him, but Nameless told him something else. He told the Emperor it was his technique, his calligraphy technique was the sword technique, right? But when the Emperor was looking at it, he said that was not the case. That's not what it was about. So I'm asking you, like, what? I can't remember what he said. What that calligraphy meant? Do you remember?
I forget the message that was on it. It was something like one people, basically,
like unity, like unity.
Yeah, it was like a unity instead of Zhao versus Zid. Yeah. It was everybody come together That was his original idea, and that's the point where Nameless had realized what Broken Sword was talking about.
Yeah.
And what everybody else couldn't get on board with.
Yeah. So the Emperor asked him, like, how are you going to kill me? And he said, with your sword. Now, the Emperor tosses him a sword. Was he just planning to he was just going to jump up there and grab it if the Emperor hadn't given it to him?
I believe so. I believe that was his idea. Not only that, the Emperor was a little. I don't know if he was getting cocky or if he was just tired, because
I think he was tired.
He set all his guards out. Yeah. He set all his guards out.
Yeah.
So he knew this whole thing was BS, but he set all the guards out, and then, like you said, threw him the sword.
Yeah, and turned his back to him. And then all of the guards come running in. Well, they didn't even come in. They stood at the doorway and watched this confrontation between Nameless and the Emperor. And then he jumps up there and he gets ready to kill him, but he doesn't. We're made to believe that he stabs him, but he doesn't. He had the sword turned around the opposite way.
And he resheathed his sword into his case.
Right. Now, Snow at this time, Snow and Broken Sword are off on the way because they're pretending to be dead, or they were stabbed or whatever, and they're away like in the desert. And Snow finds out that Nameless does not kill the Emperor, and she's upset, and she's blaming Broken Sword for it, and she wants to know what did he say to him. And then they start fighting, and this is kind of a sad moment because Broken Sword just gives up on life, and he allows Snow to stab him. And Snow did not think that was going to happen. She thought that he was going to block it. He didn't. He drops the sword. She stabs him in the heart, and he dies. And she's upset. And she pretty much just gets behind him as she's crying and just pushes the sword in further. But this time she's behind him, so it goes into her also, and then she dies. And I guess she decided to take him home to. Go ahead.
There's so much art in that right there. Like,
it's very artistic.
It was a broken heart, and then why have one broken heart when we can just be two hearts together in another dimension? Like that's.
You're learning. I'm so proud of you.
What do you think, Gene?
And I think that was some bullshit. Like it was like none of that they didn't have to do. They could have just went back to being calligraphy people. Like they could have just said, we done with this damn war. Let the Emperor take over Zao. And I mean, because that's all Broken Sword wanted anyway. Like they could have been like, okay, we give up. Leave us alone. Stop fucking with us. We surrender. We're part of the kin family now. Let's go take over somebody else. There were 6 other kingdoms, right? Or was it 5 other ones? Because I think it was 7 in total, right?
Yeah.
So they should have just gave up and just said, if they were going to listen to Broken Sword, because that's pretty much all he wanted to do. He wanted to give up and just let the Emperor take over because, like you said, Joe, like he was tired of all of the bloodshed. So Moon comes and she finds both of their bodies stabbed, and she's upset. Now, before Nameless left to go meet with the Emperor, Broken Sword had wrote something in the sand, and it said "Our land." And I guess that's what Nameless ends up telling the Emperor later on.
Yes.
He says "our land." So he's pretty much letting him know that he wants him to unite the area.
Unite all the kingdoms.
Yes, all of the kingdoms. And then Nameless starts to walk away. He walks right past the guards. They split open and let him walk away. He gets all the way to the gate. And then that's when the guards rush in. And there's some bitches because they could have stabbed his ass on the way out. And they didn't. They begged the Emperor to kill him or have him killed. And, they were saying like he's an assassin, he has to die, he's a traitor. And they just pretty much just got in his ear, and then eventually the emperor gave in, and he gave the sign, and they shot all of these arrows at Nameless. And I just didn't understand, like, why he didn't. Number one, why he didn't block all those arrows coming at him, and then why he just didn't float his ass over the damn wall anyway and get away, because he'd been floating throughout the movie earlier. We know he can fly. You know, Goku, just go up and fly away. That's what I was expecting him to do. But he didn't.
Listen,
he stood there and got, you know,
he had no more. He had no more fairy dust and no more positive thoughts. And his Peter Pan power was gone. What do you want?
Yeah, so he just pretty much just gave up, and you know, they lit his ass up with arrows. And we didn't see it, but we saw the wall, and we saw the area where his body should have been. We saw the outline of his body, and that was it for him. So only person that survived is the Emperor and Moon. Everybody else died. And that's the end. Also, it said at the end of the movie that the Emperor does go on and unite all of the kingdoms. And to prevent anything else like that happening, he starts the Great Wall. And that ends up being the Great Wall of China to protect all of them. So when I saw that at the end, I thought, this is kind of based on a true story. Like, but how would they know all of the stories that, you know, Nameless told? I don't know about if all of that is true. Maybe there was an emperor who, you know, there was a war in China and somebody came and united all of them and, you know, built the Great Wall. But as far as this story, I don't know if the whole story is true or not. I looked it up. What'd you say?
The only thing that sounded like it was true was that there was a Great Wall of China.
We know that that's here, that exists.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what we know is true.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else flying in the air and doing all that.
I'm not talking about. No. I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking that's true.
I'm about to look at you.
No, not that
that's
part.
The bullshit.
Yeah, no. I don't think people used to be able to fly unless we were aliens at one point. I don't think we were really flying around and doing martial arts in the sky. I mean, that'd be cool, you know.
Be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool if I could do that. I wish I could do it, but I can't, you know. So, all right. So that's the end of this movie. That's the end of Hero. Like I said, man, I had to watch this movie at least. I had to see it 3 times before I understood it. But after I did see it those 3 times and I understood the movie, it wasn't bad. It was all right. I would give this a C. Not a C plus, not a C minus, just a C for me. I know what you're giving it, Bugs. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm giving this like a D plus. Like, get out of here, man. like
D plus.
Oh my gosh!
Did he say D plus?
He said a D plus, bro.
That's how I thought he'd give it. I'm giving it a B minus. It's not my favorite, but I enjoyed it.
I honestly thought you was going to give it an A. I thought you was going to give it an A.
No, I did not love it. I knew. I really thought Gene was gonna dislike it. I didn't know what Angel was gonna think.
What do you mean? I told you when you guys first said it, and you said subtitles. I said, "Why y'all doing this to me? Like, come on, man."
I said, if I would have had to review this movie after the first viewing, then yeah, I would have been like Bugs. Since Bugs probably didn't watch this more than once.
No, hell no, fuck that.
So yeah,
I was on vacation, and every time they kept popping up, and we were trying to pick a movie, she kept telling me, like, you gotta finish it. I was like, I'll get to it. Like I'll get to it. Like, I'm not trying to watch it right now. And finally, I put it on, and once he started painting, I was like, oh God, please. Like,
yeah. So we were supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, this one, but you know, we had power out. So we weren't able to record. My son fractured his forearm, so you know.
How's he doing?
He's. I mean, he has a cast on. You know.
I know. I saw that, but how's he doing?
He's all right.
That don't slow him down.
No,
that don't slow little kids down.
No, it doesn't. You know, he still.
He thinks it's cool.
He's like his uncle, man. His uncle had a few injuries growing up, and you know, he's still jumping off stuff and running around like his uncle. You know, so. You know, it is what it is. You know, I told him, I was like, I'm not going back to Beaumont. I told him, I was like, you're going to have to chill out. I'm not going back, you know.
You told him that?
Yeah, I told him that. Yeah, I told him I got to chill the fuck out. You know, we can't be jumping off of stuff, running around. You know, you got to, you know, give me your mom a break. shit. He broke his wrist earlier in the summer, right, or the spring. He broke his wrist, and
I think I remember that.
Then we had to take him to the hospital because of asthma. We had to spend the night, at the hospital with asthma, and now this. He broke it.
You told him to the fuck out.
He fell off his bike. He was riding his bike. He fell off his bike. I'm like, God damn! Like, come on.
Kids are a blessing, man. Come on.
Yes, I'm not saying he's not, but damn.
I'm right there with you.
I do not want to go back to the hospital again.
Listen. Before my son got sick, like that, real sick, he was in the hospital every other day. He was always hurting himself. I'm like, what is it with little boys? I got 2 little girls, never spent that much time in the hospital. This kid, he's always I thought they were going to call CPS on us. Literally, the first 3 years of my son's life, okay, he was in and out of the hospital for everything. I'm like, we're going to jail. One of us is going to jail.
And then I had to look after my nephew, man. That's a storm in itself, man.
And then Joe and I were out of I guess I was out of power longer than you. Like my power came back on Saturday night at 6:00.
Mine came on the next day, about 12:30.
So you got yours back on Thursday because the power went out Wednesday. So you got yours back Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, man. I wish I was out to Saturday evening, and then all of a sudden it just popped back on. Luckily, I was here when it happened. I was like, okay, cool. But I had to throw everything out of the refrigerator. Like I had to throw all of that food away. So
dude, listen, I was about to tell y'all. I think this movie was never meant to be talked about. I think I
thought that too.
I was really about to tell y'all. I'll be like, I really don't think this movie is meant to be talked about. Like, I think someone's trying to tell us something. It's not meant to be talked about.
What's the next movie?
Oh man, what do you guys think? What do you think the next movie should be?
I don't know. I didn't.
This movie took.
All right, so we don't know what we're gonna watch next. We're gonna have to talk about that.
This movie took all of my energy out of me.
Are we off of Jelly? We're gonna move on to something else.
Yeah, we can move on to something else.
Yeah, okay, let's do this. I want to watch that old movie that I saw back in the day. I saw it on YouTube. I liked it back in the day. I hope I like it as an adult. I don't know. It's called Hot, Cool, and Vicious.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a kung fu movie, but it's okay. I mean, it might have some special effects for the 70s in it, but like I said, I liked it as a kid. This is one of the few kung fu movies that I actually saw back in the day. And the only reason I did, one of my uncle's adults.
I feel like we talked. You and Mike talked. Didn't you and Mike talk about this before?
Probably so. We didn't watch it, but one of my uncle's adult students, when I was a kid, he brought me the tape. He said this was a cool movie. He's like, watch it. He gave it to me. He never came back after he let me borrow it. He never came back, so I kept it all those years. It was a VHS, and I liked it. I think Trav liked it when we saw it back in the day. So let's watch it, for next week and give a review. Hopefully, I really hope I still like this damn movie though.
Yeah, man. Yo, if this one's rough, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's not subtitles; it's dubbed.
Yeah. So it should be cool. All
I'm
right.
looking at it right now.
Y'all got any closing remarks?
Oh, yo. So yeah, I actually got one thing. I meant to say this last time, but I always forget. So now I got it. Yo, a big congratulations for our viewers that don't know, man. Gene is killing it in his workouts. Like,
I'm about to say, what you talking about? What I do?
Nah. This dude, nah. He is, but for real though, bro, you are killing it in your workouts. Like, seeing your pictures, it is like, I know you said it was like, it's only like 10 pounds. You said, but it's like a big difference.
Yeah, that picture. You know what, man? That picture was the first day I went to Planet Fitness. That was the first day so this last year, I've been doing most of my workouts at home. Like, I've only been in Planet Fitness since June. So the last 2 months I've bbeen going. So everything else is been at home, working out at home. But it's been cool, man. I've been switching it up a lot. I started off like it's pathetic, man. the very first time I tried to work out was in August. It was August 16th, 2020. And I couldn't even do push-ups like on my hands and on my toes. Like I had to do push-ups on my knees. And I was like, God, I cannot believe this. Like, what the hell happened? So I started off doing P90X. I did P90X for 90 days. I was pissed off at 90 days because I didn't look like the pictures. I was like, damn it, Tony, or whatever the fuck your name is. Like you said I was supposed to look like this in 90 days, and I'm still looking a little cream field. So I was a little upset. So after that, around November, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start, lifting weights. So I had bought some weights. And my ex had bought me some weights, so I was using those. I said, okay, this is cool. Then after that, I had hit a plateau, and I said, well, I need to do some cardio also because I hadn't been doing any type of cardio. And I started doing the tap out because I have the tap out workouts. So I did that for 90 days, and once again, like you're still not cut up. Like that shit be real. Like when it says, results are not typical, that shit's real because my results was not like those pictures that you see, the before and after. I didn't look nothing like that, So I had another plateau, and then I decided to incorporate HIIT. So after the 90 days with that, I started doing the HIIT workouts, and then I got over the plateau when I started doing hits. And then by that time, Planet Fitness decided to open up, and I said, oh, let me get some heavier weights. So everything's been working out cool, man. So it's been 1 year. I ain't never worked out 1 year consistently lifting weights. And I worked in gyms for 10 years as a personal trainer, and teaching karate or, selling memberships or whatever. So, so I'm happy now, but, I'm still not done though. So
I got you. But yeah, man, you for real, bro, like your workouts.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be like Trav and Avery. I'm trying to get, I can't be the fat one. So I gotta get rid of it,
Listen, Trav, man, Trav workouts.
My family like to talk. They like to talk shit, man. So no, I'm just playing.
When Trav be doing a workout and he be posting it, I swear to God, I look at it and I'm like, I wonder if it's really that hard or if he has to make it look like it's that hard. Like he has to be like, because I know, because you know how Trav is, man.
You gotta show off for the video.
Nah, it's Instagram followers because he be seeing, his Instagram people, so you gotta make it look like he's doing something. I got you. And then Avery, man, Avery looking big. Avery's looking big, like crazy.
Yeah, cuz doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Hell yeah, he about to go be a bodybuilder.
All right, Joe, you got any closing remarks, man?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, Bugs, anything closing? I know you got to fight this weekend, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Where you going?
Get it.
We're going to Atlantic City, American Internationals. Yeah, so
okay.
Be out there, let y'all know. Do what I gotta do. Try to close the show.
All right, you got the power, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up! Don't you dare say that shit, bro.
There you go. You got the power, baby.
We do not say that here. The hell no.
Right. That's it for this week, y'all.
Step this way. Don't step this way.
Stay safe, stay strong, and we will holler at you guys next week. Director, play my music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.